What's up, Hillbillies? Jordan Cattell with Hillbilly Media. Today I'm going to talk to you about my ultralight backpacking setup. So, here it is. This is my GoRuck GR2. And my ultralight backpacking setup has a base weight of 18 pounds. Give or take a couple ounces, 18 pounds. So, I had a lot of questions on my 2-night camping trip pack dump on what's my base weight, how far would I hike with that backpack, which actually was this Mystery Ranch right here. But to answer those questions, which I did in the comments, but to answer those questions, I wouldn't hike more than 5 miles a day with a pack out like that. That's a heavy bag. 50 pounds probably, 50 to 55. So I wouldn't hike too terribly far with it. However, with this GoRuck, these rucks, and ultralight kind of setup, I would hike a lot farther. A base weight of 18 pounds means I can bring a ton of food and water, and I really, with 30 to 40 pounds on my back, I can really walk indefinitely. So, without further ado, let's get into this. This is a GoRuck. This is not a ultralight backpack, and I own a few GoRucks. I love them. They're durable. I'm not going to worry about them like I would if I had, certain ultralight backpacks. So that's why I go with these. On the outside, just like every other trip I do, I will carry my stainless steel nesting pot and water bottle. I carry this because I use that system because I love knowing that I can boil water if I need to. So that's why. On this side, I got 2 tourniquets. These are Hill People Gear tourniquet holsters, and they're pretty sweet. So that's it for the outside of the bag. Inside this top pocket right here is my Black Diamond headlamp. Now, also in my 2-night camping trip pack dump video, I said I was a hammock camper, which I am. I love camping in a hammock. I think I get good nights of sleep in it, but I sleep on the ground too. So, just depending. So if I'm going ultralight and I really want to shave pound, I could have a hammock set up in my ultralight backpack. Probably would take up a little more space, so I'd probably end up having to take my larger bag anyways. Not that it would weigh that much, but anyways, it's an option. If I put that together at some point, I can show you too. But I'm really excited about this thing, and it is the Outdoor Research Alpine Ascent Shell Bivy, and it is pretty cool. I found it on sale, like $100 off, so I capitalized on that. I've been looking for a bivy with just something to get out of my face, because I had owned one of these in the past, and or one of them by Outdoor Research that was very similar, and I didn't sleep well in it, but I kind of got used to sleeping in a bivy, doing field stuff with the Army. So a lot of people don't like feeling like they're trapped in a sack. So I get it. I didn't either. But the Army kind of got me over that. Sometimes I long to be trapped in a sack. Anyways, pretty cool little piece of kit. It weighs like a pound, for real. So they might have stopped making that model because I found it on sale, and I haven't found it on the Outdoor Research website. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but right now you can still find them on Amazon and in Wild. So check it out. Hit that link below. I'll link it. Okay. Now, first clamshell. I've got a Osprey pack liner in here, and these things are sweet. I use them all the time, like doing backpacking stuff or military stuff, because the wet weather bag that the military issues use, kind of a piece of crap. It's not roll top. It has a little tie, and it's heavier than this. It's way lighter. All right, cool. So this is my Sea to Summit hydraulic. It's kind of like a dry bag. It is waterproof, other than like it lets air out from the end of the zipper. Anyways, I like it a lot. This is what I carry all my crap in. And you guys saw it if you saw my last video, or my pack dump video. And I had a lot of stuff in here that could be shaved down to save weight. So I did that for this video. I do have coffee in here. I'll make cowboy coffee, or I'll throw my GSI drip back in here because it weighs like an ounce. So that's an option. It's also why I have my cup. You can make cowboy coffee or go do instant coffee. I keep my cup because it weighs next to nothing, and I enjoy having it. It's just, I guess it's still a comfort item. Hippies, you're going to be mad at me, but I've found no better way to deal with poison ivy in the woods than catching it early, and no better way to do that than with Dawn dish soap. So I bathe with Dawn dish soap. If I think I encountered poison ivy, I will wash off out in the woods. And man, until I find a better option, that's how I'm gonna do it, because I get it bad and it sucks. So bandana, lots of uses, medical uses, etc., etc. Plackers. I'm harping on plackers again. They are so much better than dental floss. If plackers is an option, dude, dental floss can suck it. So toothbrush, toothpaste. I don't cut my toothbrush in half. Whatever. If that's something you're into, then shave the half an ounce, whatever. But I don't. There it is, right there. That's my hygiene. It's my hygiene right there. Boom. I have a Right in the Rain. It's kind of big Right in the Rain, but it's fine. Whatever. And then I have a pen that I carry. It's a little Ultralight O Pen Mini 2. It's kind of cool. It was kind of an impulse buy, but it's kind of cool. And it has a pen, and on the back it has a pencil. And you can buy little replaceable little pencil cones, whatever they want to call them. So kind of cool. I think it's a cool little EDC pen, and that will go in my bag. Then I've got long-handled spoon. I dropped a fork from this pack out, and then I've got my fire kit and stove in here, and I cut down on my fire kit too. I dropped a ferro rod, which breaks my heart, almost brings me to tears, but that's okay. Cotton balls of Vaseline. I do still have a little piece of fat wood, and Bic in a Exotac waterproof container. And then my a la camp stove, which I like. Does the job. Mind you, base weight is before food, water, and fuel. So I'd also bring a fuel canister. All right, next up in here, toilet kit, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, trowel. This trowel is the Deuce #2 Ultralight trowel. It weighs 0.6 ounces, so why not bring it, right? Bury your crap. Don't. Surface pooping is a dick move. All right. This is my little puffer jacket. It will leave my kit when we start getting into 80s and 90s because a thin secondary layer plus a rain jacket will do just fine if I need it. All right, rest of my sleep system. This is a REI brand sleeping pad. It's the Flash, REI Flash, and R value is 3.7 and it weighs 15 ounces. So, kind of sweet. This is a Marmot sleeping bag. It's 30 degree and it's fairly light too. It's like whatever. I've toyed around with bringing one of my 40 degree top quilt instead, but for now, until it gets a little warmer, I'm gonna carry this. Once it gets real hot, I would use a whoopee. I'd just bring a whoopee and maybe a real compact sleeping bag liner or something. But anyways, and then I got my Eros Ultralight pillow by Sea to Summit. This thing is actually really cool. I would recommend the Ultralight over the regular. I forget what they're called. I bought one of those one time, and they just crinkle real much. They crinkle a ton, and it's annoying. So I like that. Next, clamshell. Boom. All right, in here, this pocket right here, I've got a few tent stakes for my rainfly and bivy. Usually I don't have to use stakes for my rainfly because we have so many trees in Arkansas. Another reason I hammock camp often because there's so many trees and the ground is rocky and uneven everywhere you go. So water filter, Sawyer Squeeze Mini with the 32 ounce bag and the back flushing device. Rain jacket for an extra top layer in case I don't want to wear my jacket, my puffy jacket. This is my rainfly. I know it's in an old hammock bag, but this is my tarp. It's a Hammock Gear brand rainfly. And then I have a pack cover. And yeah, it seems redundant, the pack cover and the pack liner, but I hate wet gear, so I don't mind if it starts raining to stop and throw this on there. Wet gear sucks. Wet gear sucks so hard. Last pocket with stuff in it. I bring my watch cap, a wool watch cap all the time, every trip. Because even in the summer, if for whatever reason you go into shock or somebody in your party goes into shock, hypothermia can happen, especially if it's like trauma related, like somebody starts bleeding out. You need to stop the bleeding and then make sure they don't go hypothermic. So last thing, couple more dry bags. These things weigh next to nothing. These are the Sea to Summit Ultra Sills. This is a 8 liter and a 2 liter, and I really like these. They feel so good. They're the Cordura Advanced Fabrics, and they are tough too. Like, not only do they do the job, but they do it and can be beat up. Last thing, just a little more cordage, a little bank line. So there you have it. And keep in mind, like, everybody likes gear, so bring in a little something extra or whatever. Like, this is the base weight, and then maybe you throw, you know, a couple comfort items in there, like a strap of Helinox to the back or something. You know, adds a couple pounds, but you just got to weigh it. You know, there's so many variables. It's a really truly a case by case basis for every trip that you do. So it's kind of like comfort items can hit a point of diminishing returns where that comfort no longer makes up for the fact that you have to carry it on your back for X amount of miles. So you just have to weigh that pros versus cons of that comfort item. I do love a chair, but I don't know that will go in this kit, at least right now. It might though. It might. Sneak peek. I did a video on the Helinox chair one, and this is the Helinox ground chair that I spoke of, and so far I like it. Don't know if it's better than the chair one, but I'll do a video on that. Keep watching for it. So anyways, if this video was helpful, go ahead and give it a like. If you have questions about any of this gear, it's possible it's linked in the comments or in the description below. So check it out. Check out the links, and all this gear is just gear that I like, not a sponsored video. So if it's helpful, like it, comment, and if you want to continue to learn from me and with me, go ahead and subscribe to Hillbilly Media. Jordan Cattell, out.